Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, like give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and his unbegotten Son, Ba'ashem. In the name of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, those are the true names in the ancient Valley of Hebrew, the last Wakadash tongue. And I say Barakabam to the elders and apostles, Ma'akim, or Akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out of the M.O.T.B news updates as of August 7, 2025 on this Thursday morning. And this is a website of news article from ccn.com, published 3 hours ago. Editor Insalia Zaya, if I pronounce that right. And his name is Jolly Speed Cisco Mascalon, if I pronounce his name right. And it reads, China eyes the R&B stablecoin to challenge dominance plans after CDC plans stall. Right, because you've been having, especially as of lately, tensions been stirring up between China and the United States, two economic powerhouses. This trade wars, these tariff wars, economic wars, and money wars as well too. So keep that in mind. It says that China is pivoting its digital yuan ECNY to explore stablecoin, amending the growing use of USDT and the USDC in a trade. Hong Kong has passed new laws allowing regulator firms to issue a flatback stablecoin. Now, despite the fact, I would say like a month and a half ago, despite the fact that the United States and China has agreed to a deal, I believe it's a trade deal, I forgot what it was, but you still got tensions mounting, especially from an economical tariff war perspective. It says, because I believe China is part of the BRICS nations, last time I checked. It says authorities remain very wary of a capital flight, adding money laundering, slowing broader adoptions. Oh, that's the key takeaways. It says after years of promoting its central bank digital currency, China is quietly changing course. The CNY, once tout as a feature of digital payments, other countries has lost momentum. Right, because basically stablecoin is like an alternative to central digital bank currency. So either way it goes, even if you use Bitcoin, stablecoin, cryptocurrency, that's still other alternatives to central digital bank currency. So keep that in mind as well too. I just found that out as well too from the from the elders and the brothers. It says this is a due in part of a slow adoptions and a recent corruption scandal involving a key architect. Now officials are warming up to a more flexible alternative stablecoin. It says that the change comes as a growing concern in China over the dominance of the U.S. dollar-backed stablecoin like the USDT and the USDC, which continues to expand global trade and cross-border payments. Right, because you're going to have global trade, which is going to be you're going to have a global trade that's going to be what's that digital assets, and there's going to be cross-border payments we can use online and offline as well too. That's going to be an option as well too. It says Hong Kong opens the door with caution. Hong Kong has taken the lead in regulatory front. In early August, a new legislation came into effect, allowing licensed entities to issue stablecoin-backed and flat currencies, including potential Chinese firms. However, Hong Kong monetary authorities (HKMA) is in rushing to approve. Officials said only a handful of licenses will be issued to start a control will establish around reserves and legal compliance. The goal is to start small with business to business use case capital. Keep your capital overflow in check while testing borders for border adoptions. Tech giants push for offshores RMB stablecoins, while Beijing hesitates measure Chinese foreign are pushing ahead. JD.com has already plotted a Hong Kong dollar-backed stablecoin and plans to launch its official later this year. It says token issues on public blockchains will integrate into JB's payments infrastructure in Hong Kong to M.O.T.B. It says an Ant Group also prepared to apply for stablecoin license in both Hong Kong and Singapore, signaling a broader push for international bonds and via blockchain rails. Both companies argue that the offshore stablecoins are crucial for boosting the renminbi's role in global trade and reducing reliance on the dollar-based tokens. It says a crypto scandal casts a shadow over CBDC's efforts. Meanwhile, the digital one credibility has taken a hit. Yao Huan, the former leading architect of China's CBDC, was recently expelled from the Communist Party under investigation for taking bribes, allegedly even in crypto. It says Yao was the face of Chinese blockchain ambitions, advocating for the ENCEY, right? The ENCEY and decentralized finances up more broadly. With him gone, adoption stagnant. The pivot towards a stablecoin feels less like a side project, more like a plan B. U.S. moved fast as China risked falling behind. Stablecoins are already reshaping global finance. The market is worth $247 billion and could surpass $2 trillion by 2028. It says more than 99% of the circulating stablecoins are pegged by the U.S. dollar, giving Washington a major shift on soft power advantage. In contrast, the yuan shares a global payments just 2.9%. It says China exports are increasingly adopting for digital stablecoins using the USDT to bypass controls to settle international transactions quickly. Even China's regulations are now acknowledging that the countries need to offer an alternative for risking falling behind entirely. The state-owned enterprise has reportedly expressed interest in using the RMB stablecoins for cross-border trades, but capital controls and compliance concerns remain a major obstacle. Right, so they backtrack. Now they are leaning towards the stablecoin, which is still the alternative to central digital currency. Even if you choose Bitcoin cryptocurrency, that's still an alternative to central digital currency when you convert your money into coins and then convert it into digital currency. And that's still going to implement the RFID CHIP on top of that as well too. As we leaning more and more towards, as of lately, leaning more and more towards a cashless society, digital assets, digital global economy, and the digital cash and digital money and digital assets, and the digital cross-border payments on and offline. That's going to fully implement the full adoption of the RFID CHIP in order for you to buy or sell to do transactions. As we know it, the paper dollar is going to be a thing of the past. That's why we're seeing the United States leaning towards the stable coin and cryptocurrency, which is dominating right now. So we definitely see the likelihood of a paper dollar is going to definitely be the thing of the past, because you're already living in a digital money society as it is already, digital economy. But we definitely going to see competition between China and the United States, as far as cryptocurrency concern and stablecoin concerns. Yep, as it says, once again, China eyes the RMB stablecoin to challenge dollar dominance after a CBDC plan stall. It says Pierre Paulier reaffirmed stance against Canadian CBDC. It says Tech Africa News, National Bank of Rwanda eyes a digital currency future for targeting the CBDC testing. Right, so that's what we're, even though it's been like on and off back and forth, especially like South Korea because they had their stance on the CBDC test, and I believe they're gonna be back on track with it because they had stalled for it. They delayed it for like what, couple of months. So I think they're gonna be back at it again once again. So it's definitely gonna be a balance. Sometimes they be ready for the CBDC plot, CBDC trial, CBDC test, and then they delay it due to security, financial security, privacy concerns. That's why they lean towards like Bitcoin, stablecoin, cryptocurrency, because those are offshoots of alternatives to central digital currency. If they don't trust the central digital currency, they best believe they trust the Bitcoin, stablecoin, cryptocurrency, and the digital dollar. So those are alternatives, but it's definitely going to be in competition with these nations using these platforms of alternatives to currency. So as I mentioned once again, that's another sign that we're leaning more and more in a digital society as it is already. I'll bring up that revelation. So it seemed like that was the latest news of the M.O.T.B news updates. It's the book of Revelations, because we're definitely living in the book of Revelation. Everything's being revealed in the book of Revelation, especially this M.O.T.B major prophecy about to come past. We feel we're seeing getting very, very closer to that. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and it calls all small and great, rich and poor, free or bond to receive a charagma in their right hand, or in the FOREHEDS. Right, so we're seeing more and more pushing of the M.O.T.B, of the RFID CHIP, that they want to insert and to implement, to fully adopt, that they want to insert in your body in order for you to buy or sell. As we're seeing more and more this AI technology advancing, this AI finance, that's going to be part of the RFID CHIP as well too, in order for you to buy or sell with this nanotechnology and this AI technology that's going to be part of finance in order for you to buy or sell, to be part of today's society. Even if you're upper class or lower class, the economical spectrum of the class race around the world. Yeah, it says it calls all, right? He calls of all the son of perdition. Yeah, because of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free or bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand, or in their FOREHEDS, right? Because they want to insert that the upper part of your body and the right part of your body to scan, to buy or sell. Revelation 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, right? That no man might buy or sell, say that he have the charagma, or the name of the BAST, or the number of his name, right? The number of his name, or the name of the BAST, or the number of his name. Because the son of perdition, he's going to implement that technology that wants to insert your body in this new economical system, this BAST system, or the number of his name. Revelation 13, verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him have understanding. Count the number of the BAST, for it is a number of man. His number is SIX 303 square in SIX. So with that, hopefully this was edifying of this M.O.T.B news updates as of July the 7th, 2025 on this M.O.T.B news updates as of August the 7th, 2025 on this Thursday morning. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Barakatham, to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf. Until next time, say Shalom.